beautiful people, thank you for joining in today's video. Today I wanted to recreate one of the looks that I have created like a year and a half ago, which was inspired by PLouise Academy. It is advanced look, requires lots of time, patience, layering, cut creases, colors. So I feel like this is going to be a long day just because of all the details that you have to go through. I'll try to make it as not simple. This is far from simple, but I'll try to do each step so that you can easier follow along. So without any further ado, let's jump into this tutorial. My eyebrows are already done and my base is here, and I'm going in with a deep kind of rusty orange eyeshadow. This one is called Slow Burn from Carnival palette from BPerfect. Starting from center underneath my eyebrow. Now I'm taking clean blending brush and work around the edges. And this step is crucial. Take your time to position this guideline exactly where you need it, because this will define not only the shape of what we are doing right now, but everything else that you are going to put later on will be guided by this very first line that you created. So take your time and just don't move forward until you're satisfied with the shape that you created. Also, I'm moving towards outer edge of the eye. I think this is too much, so now I'm going in with a clean blending brush to diffuse a little bit the edge in this color. So now I'm taking shade Shuffle and just going above this previous eyeshadow. So when I'm using this technique, I'm going 50% on top of this eyeshadow and then 50% on top of fresh base. And also with this shade, as you can see, I'm going much closer to the eyebrow. Now I'm going to take this shade from NYX Brights palette and apply that mostly on my inner corner. Not inner corner, but this inner part of my eye. Now because I have too dark a color right here, I'm going in with a little bit of combination of these two colors just underneath my eyebrow. And as I wanted to make it a little bit more neutral, I went with the shade Pillow Talk from Carnival palette. Now to make edge even more yellow, I'm again combining these two colors and just take exit of my blending brush and just slowly kind of brush it away on top of what we already have. Now I'm going back a little bit with the first shade and just brushing through, just to give back a little bit of depth that I may lost with just in the middle of all of this blending. Now at the end, I'm going with the shade Hold from same Carnival palette, and I'm using smaller brush and going underneath everything that I've done, just slowly following the shape. I start from the center. It's easier to navigate everything. That way I see where I can blend, where is my line going. It's much more practical. As I add a product, then I blend it. Add the product and then blend. And as you can see, when I am adding product that is darker, I'm using smaller brush. Darker the eyeshadow, the smaller the brush has to be. I know you're probably thinking this eye is different, and that is just because I was testing this eye first to see combination of the colors and how I'm going to work with this area right here. And I decided not to go from the darkest color up, but instead going from middle color like I did on this side and what I'm showing you. And I prefer these colors instead of these ones, which are more cool tone, even though they do have a little bit like those orangey tone to it, but I still prefer this one with more intensity and the way it blends. So I'm just going to wipe this off and start again. Once this step is done, I'm going in with a flat brush and taking Vaseline. With a Vaseline, I'm going to carve out the line that I want. I don't know how I worked with anything else before except for Vaseline, because this is so easy. It's not only good for your lips, but to use this to carve cut crease or any lines that you want to do on your eyelid, it's just the easiest way to do it. The only downside may be that while you start working with it, you can't see it because it's transparent. Again, go one step at a time. You don't want to go, if you go over this final line that you have, then your work is ruined. And also to clean this, I'm using Q-tips, so I'm using a lot of them, because once I use this side, immediately go to this side and just throw it away and take a new one. Now it is time for paints, and I'm using PLouise paints in Nitro and blank canvas. When working with paints, because they are totally different components than bases, they do work the best while setting on the clear skin. They will dry within 60 seconds, and because they're formulated the way they are, have in mind that they are extremely thick and dry. Once they do what they have to do to set themselves, they become waterproof and dry. I'm going to add a little bit more blank canvas just to make this color even more brighter, and slowly carving underneath this crease that is already here. Now, as I said, blank canvas is the best cut crease product that I have tried. It makes the cut crease so clear. So now I'm taking just a little bit of product and will cover another half of my lid, and also sharp this blue line that is already here. Now moving on back to eyeshadows, and I'm going from the first eyeshadow that I used, and work on top of the base is not fun whatsoever, just because they're so dry and it's not easy to work with. I am starting with outer edge of my eye. Like I said, it is a bit harder to work when you have dry base. From color Slow Burn, I switched to color Shuffle, but I will darken this even more. Now once applied color Slow Burn and Shuffle, I'm going in with the deepest color, and that is color Hole. Going into the center. Yeah, the eyeshadows definitely react differently on paints. See, that's why for the blending it is really important what kind of product you have underneath, what is the texture of that product, and of course the tools that you're working with. Everything is so crucial to have final results. And now for this area right here, I'm using again Slow Burn color, and I'm thinking it's too orangey, so I will go with Shuffle color on top of it and blend everything.